I didn't plan to become a security guard. When people ask me now, they usually expect some strong reason, something dramatic, something brave. The truth is simpler than that. I took the job because the bills didn't wait. My father had been sick for a long time. Not the kind of sick that keeps you in a hospital bed. The quiet kind that slowly takes your strength away. He tried to keep working, even when his hands shook. My mother worked part-time when she could. My younger brother was still in school. I was the one who could work full-time. So I stopped asking what I wanted to be and started asking what paid. The security company didn't care about dreams. They just asked if I could stand long hours, work nights, and stay alert. I said yes. That's how my life changed. Not in one big moment, but in a small office with flickering lights, signing my name at the bottom of a form. My first night shift came quickly. They gave me a uniform that smelled faintly of storage, old fabric, washed too many times. The shirt was stiff. The badge felt heavier than it looked. When I looked at myself in the mirror, I didn't feel important. I felt borrowed. That night, I stood outside an office building after everyone had gone home. The parking lot was almost empty. A few cars remained under yellow lights. The wind moved wrappers across the ground like they were alive. I remember thinking how strange it was that an entire building could be full of people all day and completely empty at night. I was there to make sure nothing happened. Most nights, nothing does. But that doesn't mean nothing is felt. I learned quickly that night work is not about action, it's about waiting. Standing still while your mind keeps moving. I walked the same route again and again. Gate, door, hallway, stairwell, back again. Every hour felt longer than the one before it. In winter, the cold went through the uniform like it wasn't even there. My breath fogged in front of my face. My fingers ached even inside gloves. I learned to keep my hands moving just a little so they wouldn't stiffen. In summer, the heat was worse. The kind that sits on your skin and doesn't leave. Sweat would collect at my back. My feet burned inside my boots. The air felt thick, like breathing through fabric. No one sees that part. They think security means standing strong. Mostly, it means standing uncomfortable. People passed me sometimes. Cleaners, early workers, delivery drivers. Many didn't look at my face at all. Their eyes moved past me like I was part of the wall. Some looked surprised. A woman? Here? At night? A few smiled politely. Most didn't. I learned how people decide your worth in seconds. If you're sitting, they think you're lazy. If you're standing, they think you're pretending. If you're a woman, they assume you're temporary. Once, a man asked me if I was just filling in until a real guard came. I didn't answer. Not because I was afraid, but because explaining takes energy. And I didn't have extra. The nights were long, quiet, in a way that makes your ears work harder. Every sound felt louder after midnight. Footsteps echoed longer. Doors clicked sharply. The hum of lights became something I noticed. Sometimes I held the walkie-talkie tighter than necessary, not because anything was happening, but because holding something reminded me I wasn't alone. I listened, always listening. Not for danger exactly, just for change. A sound that didn't belong. Your mind plays tricks in empty buildings. A shadow shifts and you look twice. A door makes noise because of air pressure, and your heart reacts before logic does. Fear didn't shout, it whispered. And I learned to keep it inside. I couldn't call home at night. Everyone was sleeping. Sometimes during my break, I'd imagine my mother turning in her sleep, my father coughing softly, my brother dreaming about school. The world rested. I stayed awake for all of them. I drank tea from a small thermos. Not because I liked it, because warmth helps you stay alert. I learned to sip slowly, letting it bring me back when my eyelids felt heavy. Some nights I counted hours. Other nights I counted steps. Anything to keep my mind from drifting too far. I checked the gates again, and again, and again, even when I knew they were locked. Because repetition is comfort when you're alone. There were moments of kindness, small ones. A cleaner once left me a cup of coffee without saying anything. Just placed it on the desk and nodded. That stayed with me longer than she probably knew. Another time, a night supervisor asked if I was warm enough and brought an extra jacket. Those moments didn't fix life, but they softened it. When morning came, the building slowly woke up. Lights turned on floor by floor. Elevators began moving. People arrived holding phones and coffee cups. Conversations started before sunrise. They walked past me again. Most never knew I had been there all night. When my shift ended, my body felt heavier than when it started. My feet throbbed. My shoulders ached. My eyes burned from fighting sleep. I took the bus home while others went to work. That part always felt strange. Watching people begin their day while mine was ending. At home, I tried to be quiet so I wouldn't wake anyone. I ate something small, took off my uniform carefully, hung it where it could dry. Then I slept while sunlight pushed through the curtains. Sleeping during the day is not real sleep. Your body rests, but your mind doesn't fully let go. Sounds are sharper. Heat feels stronger. Time moves differently. I woke often, unsure what hour it was. Then I'd do it again. Night after night. Week after week. Some people think repetition makes things easier. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it just makes you stronger without asking permission. There were days I questioned myself. Is this all my life will be? Standing while others move forward? Being unseen? But then I'd remember why I started. The bills paid on time. My father's medicine. My brother staying in school. The fridge not empty. Those things mattered more than pride. And slowly, something changed inside me. I stopped needing validation. I stopped waiting for recognition. I learned quiet pride. The kind no one claps for. I showed up. Even when tired. Even when invisible. I learned that strength doesn't always announce itself. Sometimes it just keeps standing. I still work nights. I still drink tea to stay awake. I still listen to footsteps. But now, when I stand alone under those lights, I don't feel small anymore. I feel present. And that is enough. Because while the world sleeps, I remain.